Yeah. Shit's so pretty, man.
What's poppin', y'all? We back. A little quick video. We are officially on week 5, I believe. Well, we just finished up week 4 of CDL B training for the JTA transit bus system, which is Jacksonville, Florida. They are sponsoring my CDL B. So the first week consisted of them helping you get your CDL B permit, which I already had. So my first week, I was just coasting. These latest 3 weeks, the 4th that just ended, they just focused on more so JTA practices. So, stuff that they use, their systems, stuff that's more pertinent to the job, the cameras in the buses, all of that stuff, their policies and things of that nature, how you bid for routes, because you're a bus driver, you're going to be driving certain routes, all of that good stuff. And towards the end of this 4th week, we started practicing doing stuff that's going to be pertinent to the CDL B test, which is, the air brake test, your pre-trip inspection, including your in-cab and outside of the vehicle, the tires. They let us drive for a little bit. Your boy was hella nervous. I never drove a bus before, so I was super nervous. But they let us drive, and first we drove around the bus yard where they keep all the buses. But, the instructor, shout out to Miss Michelle, she surprised some people and took us out on the road. Took us out on the real deal. And I was one of those people. And I think for it, I was scared. I was nervous. But the more you drive the bus, the more you feel more comfortable with it. So she took us to an area. She let everybody practice doing the right turns, using your mirrors to make sure your back wheel don't hit the curb. Because when you do your actual testing for your CDL B license, the on-road part, if you hit a curb, it's an automatic fail. If you pass a railroad crossing without doing the proper procedure, it's an automatic fail. There's a lot of things that you can do. If you speed, it's an automatic fail. If you do not perform your air brake test properly, that's an automatic fail. So it's a lot of things that they're trying to drill into us and get us to know like second nature, so we don't automatically fail the test. So next week, we're going to work on bus familiarization. So they're going to let us ride the bus during work hours, have us bring our notes and our pad, and we can write down like landmarks on the routes. So the bus leaves the station and makes a right at such and such street. On that street there's a Popeyes, like stuff, that monuments and landmarks that you could put down, so you know where to turn. Now of course they have a paper that shows you the route. It's also your route scheduling, and they do also have a device within the bus that's like a GPS. But from what they're telling us, the GPS is not quite accurate. But I was talking with some of my fellow classmates, with some of the operators, and they actually say that this system works, but there's a way that you got to do it. So I'm definitely going to try to learn that, because I am getting a little nervous about how do you learn the routes. I'm new to Jacksonville. Like, I really don't know this area at all. But everybody says it'll be fine. One operator told us that for the first 4 months, she got lost. Every single route she got lost. So she said, don't panic, don't give yourself some grace. And she's from Jacksonville and she got lost. So all in all, we are headed. Oh, and I did my pre-trip inspection and I definitely failed the brake test. My second time doing it, I failed it, which is great, because this is the place to fail and not the actual test. So I did fail it, but the way that I failed it, I put in my head that it'll never happen again. All right, we are now currently in the 5th week. I think we're about to start the 5th week of training. We lost a couple of people, man. We lost 8 people in total. 2 people resigned from the job and 6 people failed. 6 people failed the test. No, well, in some capacity, 6 people failed. Some people failed the road test. and the basic skills and the pre-trip and all that. And some people failed. They didn't even make it that far, and they failed the permit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we lost some people. It's getting real now. It was a big class, so they broke us up into groups. So the first group tested out this weekend. You know what I mean? And the group that I am in is in the second group. So now we're going to go out, and because they divide it, because it is for a job, they have classwork, you know, going over the policies of the job, the transit, JTA, the company I'm going to be working for, JTA, going over the policies. They have additional training, required training that you have to do through JTA. They have route familiarization. When you go on actual transit routes, they give you a sheet with all the routes. You go on the route, you write down your left and right turns, you get it signed and notarized by the operator who's driving the route that you're on, stuff of that nature. So this first group, everybody else passed. So technically with this first group, 3 people failed the actual CDL B test. Those other 5 people, 2 of them resigned and 3 of them did not pass the permit test. So everybody else is going to flip now. Everybody else, they are going to go and do the class work and route familiarization. And my group is going to go out to the field and start training, actually driving the bus, doing the basic skills, doing the road test, doing the pre-trip inspection and things of that nature. And then they also, before we even test out with the state, they give us a mock test. And from what I'm hearing, if you don't pass the mock test, they don't even let you go test out in the state because they want you to pass. So it's getting real. This is the 5th week. I mean, these past few weeks, we just been kind of cruising, you know, with the classwork and stuff like that. But now we're going to actually go out in the field, actually get inside of these buses, start driving them. We have driven them, you know what I mean? Like a few days here and there. I drove them on the road. I drove them making turns. You know what I'm saying? We did 1 day of the basic skills test, which you, for the for the bus, you have to alley dock, you have to do a straight back, and then you have to do an offset backing. So I practiced alley docking. I failed twice alley docking. So hopefully when we get into these next 3 weeks of all day training, we're going to be out there 8 to 9 hours a day just training on the buses. And then, you know, we test out, and everybody collectively, because the classes are going to flip, the people who passed their CDLB this past weekend, they're going to go into classroom work, and we all should graduate, have like an official graduation in November. So everything's going good, but stuff is starting to get real now as we get deeper into the pre-trip inspections, into the brake test that you have to do, or it's an automatic fail if you don't complete it, into the road test. We have to square your turns, make sure you don't hit any curves, make sure you can hold the bus steady in the lane, all that good stuff, the alley docking, the offset and the straight back, even though technically we are not authorized to back the bus up. In order to pass the state test, you have to be able to back the bus and know how to back the bus. So we getting into crunch time. This video was kind of split up because the first half is when I was at my 3rd week, and then this right now, I'm going into the 5th week. It's Sunday. I start the 5th week tomorrow, and yeah, that's about it, guys. So y'all know how we end this thing. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. If you didn't make it this far, thanks for not watching. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.
Yeah.